guys, today we're just replacing the diesel injector pump and injectors on this 490 4-cylinder Welling and Crosley diesel engine. There's the pump. This will be the same setup as 90% of diesel injector pumps you'll find out there. Here's our new pump. Injectors. Alright, let's get into it. The client was complaining of thick white smoke puffing out whenever the tests were being done on this pump. So generally I found any system that doesn't have a water separator fitted in this sort of situation where people are filling them up with jerry cans, they get dirt and water in the system, and without the separator it ends up in the pump and sits in the base of the pump, and I've seen rusted up plungers and all sorts of things. Usually if you pull this little lift pump out, a heap of gunk will come out. So yeah, in this situation we fit a water separator and then replace the pump and then the injectors to be safe as well. If it's if you're just getting puffs of white smoke, not consistent, it's more than likely an injector sticking open. Yeah, but if it's consistently pouring out white smoke, it's not getting burnt properly, so there's probably too much fuel overall throughout the cylinders, or not quite enough. It just means the fuel isn't being burnt correctly in the combustion chamber. If you're running really rich, you'll get black smoke, but if you're getting an incorrect burn, it'll be white smoke. So first you want to pull off this front cover. Behind it you'll find the main pump drive gear, and it mounts onto the front of the pump here with a keyway, so you can't really mess up the gear to pump because it has a keyway. It can only go one way. So the only thing you need to note is where this gear in here meshes with the other timing gears. So usually I'll mark the bottom of the gear, so when you unbolt the gear from the pump and the gear's sitting there, in case that gear moves a little bit, you know exactly where to put it back before you install the pump. So in there you can see the end of the shaft with a keyway. So that just slides straight up the back and this gear's left hanging there. So now just disconnect all the fuel lines, stop solenoid wiring, and then we'll undo the 3 mounting bolts and it'll come out. This one's the oil feed line for the injector pump. Some pumps use the oil feed from the engine. Others will have their own crankcase with a dipstick in it, so you need to fill it up with oil separately. But yeah, this one's just fed using the engine crankcase's oil. So it feeds in here and then drains back through into the engine sump. So there's just one oil line. Sometimes you'll need to give the front of the shaft a little tap. If that's the case, just throw your nut back in there, just on a couple of threads. If you leave your socket on the front there, try and get this as clear as I can. There you go, you can see that's pushed most of the way out. Undo your nut again, pull it out. Now you should be able to pop your pump straight out like that. So yeah, now that gear is just resting there with nothing holding it. But if it moves out of place, we've marked those teeth so we can line it up again. Just there. Now if you look at the back of the drive gear, you can see where the keyway is, and you're going to want to spin your pump to try and match as close as you can where that keyway is going to be, so when you slide it in, it's easy. Alright, so now all the lines are back on. You just want to undo this little 10mm. Then slowly pump your fuel primer until all the air comes out and you see fuel start coming out the top. Okay, so I've nipped those lines up now. It should fire up and we'll set the RPM and the timing.